I am calling upon Irish people to support their local Garda as they are going through a period of difficulty. Yesterday, in Westport, Mayo, the Garda Representation Organisation, GRA, have many complaints to the state upon their treatment of Garda. Big issue for the Garda at the moment is they're going to have to increase their security measures while Ireland has the EU presidency. Some senior Garda reporting that it was very difficult for them last time, and they might actually strike against the extra security measures to have to be put in place when Ireland has the EU presidency. And I fully support the Garda striking in this case, and I'm very happy to cooperate with the GRA and do collab videos promoting their cause, or at least representing their cause. Now, another major issue for the Garda that obviously involves people like me is the home safety issue and people doxing information about the Garda. Now, I myself, obviously, I have an investigation with the Garda. I'm involved in a government department in. I'm troubleshooting the Garda at the moment and making recommendations to improve the Garda. So some of the Garda will be hostile towards me because of that. But I'm like, hey, I'm a counter-terrorist activist. I want to improve the Garda. I want to be safe. So despite the fact that we just had a massive protest and we're calling for a revolution, overthrow the Irish government and pose a new direct democracy, so native Irish people can representative, unfortunately, in that process, we're going to have some conflict with Garda. What I'm suggesting to people is that if you do have an issue with the Garda, please let it go and move on. Like, some Garda are corrupt and they're beating people, and we know that they're allowing counter protesters to physically assault the legitimate protesters, such as myself, and some Garda have extremely racist views. However, there's thousands of them. There's thousands of Garda, so we can assume that the majority of Garda are actually good. And even if they do something that we don't like, they are tools of the state. And when we take over, we're going to need to employ them to govern to govern our country. It's like during the 1916 rising and the War of Independence. Like, the people we previously fought in the war, we had to employ them to govern the country. That's being practical. So I'm completely opposed to doxing Garda. Let me get this phone number for you now. So, if you do have issues with the Garda and there's Garda not doing a job, they're aggressive towards you, or they're allowing counter protesters to assault protesters, which, we come on, like, sometimes they allow people to drive cars through protests, and people throw bottles and bricks and all sorts of things, right? The phone number's not coming up, but there is a victims hotline. You can even get this information from your local Garda station. There's a victims hotline to help you get legal support. Like, I'm getting legal support with my case with the Garda. There's also Fiosrú, the Garda ombudsman, used to be called GSOC. The Garda are complaining about GSOC, but I'm sorry, Garda. Some of I like most Garda, but there's Garda that aren't doing their jobs, and that's why we need to go through the Garda ombudsman. There's phone numbers for you to call. You can just look up the victims hotline. You can get that from the Garda station, and then there's Fiosrú, the Garda ombudsman. So if you do have a problem with Garda, gather their names, the badge numbers, the station, the sergeants, and you give that information to the Garda ombudsman. Do not, I repeat, do not share Garda's names, faces, addresses, or personal information. Don't do that. Don't hoax them at all. I think the reason why this is happening is because, unfortunately, some of the nationalist protests are being infiltrated by members of dissident Republican groups. They are far left, and they are deliberately trying to cause an agitation between the legitimate protesters, those who I refer to as the moderate nationalists, identify as moderate. We want to compete in elections. We want to govern our country. But then there's extremists that are unnecessary, causing friction. Like, they're calling me a tout because I cooperate with the Garda. It's like, what are you talking about? I'm a nationalist. I want to govern my country. Therefore, I cooperate with the Garda. The majority of Irish people want to live in democracy, and we want our Garda to be treated well, so they help us counter terrorists. It's that. Yeah, it's that simple. And unfortunately, my AI just messed up my presentation there by not getting the information I just asked for. But that is how I do things. Yeah, so we've got 15,000 Garda. So it's we've increased the amount of Garda on the streets. That is good. There's elements of Jim O'Callaghan that I like. He's definitely much better Justice Minister than Helen McEntee. Justin Kelly, I would say he's an improvement from Drew Harris. That's all I'm going to say about him. I'll leave my criticisms for when he speaks to me. You have my email, Justin. You have my email. Yes, that is, yeah, and 70% of, because of all this, 70% of Garda are having difficulty sleeping and could potentially have mental health problems. So, again, I'm encouraging Irish people to be friendly to your local Garda when you're at protests. Don't have too much arguments with them. They're agents of the state. It's the state apparatus that we should be complaining about the most, the government and the RT regime. Don't riot, don't get violent, but do record their names and badge numbers to give to the Garda ombudsman. But please definitely do not dox Garda. So I'll definitely supporting the Garda Representation Association if they choose to strike over the burden that's required of them to increase the security while Ireland has the EU presidency. But why doesn't Ireland increase the security for the north side of Dublin after we had a wave and wave and wave? We had 2 years of massive increase of stabbings, mostly from illegals and people from an Arab background and believing extreme radical ideas. Yeah. So there you go. Wishing on Garda Síochána. Peace.